Hey guys. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about something very important. Um internet predators. And a lot of us of course have heard about internet predators, but not very many of us have actually heard from somebody that's dealt with it. Well, look in front of you, I've dealt with it. Um this summer around August, early August, well August 20th. Oh, that's actually kind of late. Whatever. There's this guy that added me and his name was Nico. And I'm like, ooh, he's really cute because I checked out his profile, saw all of his pictures. I thought he was cute. Um, so I just happened to message him on instant messaging that night, and we were talking, and we exchanged numbers and stuff like that. And he told me he's like, oh, I have a crush on you, I'm like, ooh, that's cool, because I was still kind of like, all right, well, I don't know who this guy is. He's from Yakima. So he's like, oh, well, I'm gonna move to West Richland. I'm like, oh, really? Cool, that's close to where I am. So, I'm in Crispik. So, I decided that, I want to come visit him. So, we made some plans. We made multiple plans, and every time he'd either say that he couldn't because his mom isn't gonna let him, or he's grounded, or his mom just happened to take away the phone. I'm like, okay, so I was extremely patient with him. Extremely patient. I must have waited about 3 weeks. Finally, I decided to do some investigation. So I go on his MySpace profile. I look at his friends list. Every single one of his 70 friends are girls. Not one guy friend. Not one. And, that's weird. So I look at his friends list, all the girls have the same area code as me. Other ones are from Arizona, which he claims to be from. And, I was just like, okay, wow, this is really weird. But, I talked to him about it and he's like, well, I added a lot of those girls, but I don't actually talk to any of them. I like you so much, so I just kind of stopped talking to them. All this stuff. And of course, me, being naive and a teenager and attracted to him, well, his pictures, anyways, I was naive about it. So, finally, I mean, this was just recently. I go on his number three, or maybe it was number two, friend on his top three friends. And that was this blonde girl who he had claimed has a boyfriend, but he met at school. I go on her profile, I message her, where I wrote this big long thing about what my story is with this, and I said, I don't want to sound creepy, because if he is real, then I wouldn't want her going to Nico saying, oh, this girl that you like is crazy. But, okay, so I tried messaging her, and her messaging thing didn't work. So I ended up going through her comments, and this may sound really disappointing. I want to be safe, and I was nervous about my own safety. So I look at her comments, and I saw this one girl who was saying, I'm crying right now. I'm so sad. He won't even talk to me. He hasn't talked to me all week. And the thing is like I was going through the same thing. He hadn't texted me in a few days, which had made me really depressed about it because I figured I did something wrong. I was reading her comments, all of the stuff, like, like she was saying, like, oh, his mom said he couldn't go, or he's grounded, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I sent her a message. I said, hey, are you talking about this guy named Nico? And then all of a sudden, I go back to the profile and continue reading the comments, and she's like, Nico's a little bitch if I don't reply to his comment, I mean his text message in 5 minutes, he immediately loses interest. And that's exactly what I was going through. So I'm like, okay, I need to message this girl right now about it. So I just messaged her. I'm like, hey, okay, I know you don't know me, but I noticed you're talking about Nico, and I'm going through the exact same thing. She responds saying that apparently her and her best friend went over to Hanford, the school that he claims that he was going to, and told me that she had asked, what, if are there any Nikolais going to the school? Not one. The school said no, there's nobody named Nikolai registered here. Just recently, I'd say this last Wednesday, Nico told me that I want to meet him to go to his football game at Hanford. And that's what he told this other girl too. And he said what his number was. He said it was number 24. And I mean, just his lies. These lies he was snowballing at us. And the fact of the matter is, he doesn't know who he's dealing with. I'm pretty damn smart. And investigating things is something that I do pretty damn easily. So, messages, me and this Helena chick have been messaging back and forth, talking about this. She told me the exact same, he told me that he loves me. He was falling in love with me. And that this other girl that I mentioned, this Helena chick, is somebody he's not interested in. She asked him about me. He said the exact same thing about me. He's like, oh, I'm not interested in her. I don't even know, what the deal is with her. But I love you. She said that to that Helena chick. It just shows you guys, he could have easily lured either one of us to that football game. If his story was a little bit straighter and didn't leave a paper trail on MySpace, I could have easily gone. I could have been kidnapped or harmed in some way. I mean, you guys, you gotta be careful. Just got to be careful. Like, I know this may sound like something your parents would say, but meet somebody in real life first. I mean, this guy seemed to shoot all this proof at me that he was him. He sent me pictures of him and his ex-girlfriends and stuff like that. In fact, he even has a YouTube account that he claims was his that has the same guy from the pictures. That YouTube account is TypicalBadAss, no spaces, no underscores. TypicalBadAss. Check that out. The account was made in 2006, and so the videos are really old. Like, but what I'm thinking is that he might have found somebody's MySpace, took his pictures, and used them as his own. It can be done. Fact of the matter is, it could be done, and that guy could have easily posted his YouTube account. And even if this Nico guy is who he claims he is, he's played me and this other girl to the point that makes him a complete asshole. Okay, so basically, you guys, people aren't always who they say they are, so be careful. As for me, no, I'm not sad. I was sad originally about the situation, but I've had my guard up for long enough now that I don't really give a shit. And I'm going to a community college. I'm going to be meeting lots of cute guys anyways. So, all's well that ends well. I'm not dead. I haven't been harmed, in any way. Emotionally, maybe, for a little small amount of time, but in the long run, I haven't been, raped or kidnapped, which are both two of my biggest fears, by somebody that, obviously used somebody else's pictures. So, use your brains. Investigate. Alright, guys. I have a soccer game. As you can see, but I spent 15 minutes making this video, so that's how important it is, and that's how important you guys are to me. Alright, peace out.